Hello guys, Tim Raven here with another video. Today we're gonna discuss about most of the changes done in Unofficial Community Patch 2.0. I'm just gonna showcase some of them. The patch is almost ready and probably will be even published one of these days, most likely in this week. Let's see, what's better, is dark mode or... I think this is better to read, but yeah, it breaks my eyes. Let's keep it black. Alright, let's just showcase some of them in action before I go and read the change log. One of the biggest things in the changes for the upcoming 2.0 community patch are the Moxtails. As you can see, Moxtails now, this is UVHM by the way, so Moxtails usually cost 20 moonstones instead from 10, and also they now last 60 minutes instead of 30. Let's pick this up just so you see. There, just right from a skill, there are 60 minutes. Alright, so most of them are buffed in a way or so. This used to be 0.1 ammo regen, now is 1. This one needs to fix the UI, it has another 10% critical. I'll fix that in a bit. This is unchanged, it's pretty good as it is. This now has the maximum health, it didn't before. This one is unchanged, it's pretty good as it is. All of them are 60 seconds, 60 minutes now. Alright, this one was changed from additive to multiplicative damage. This one I couldn't really fix the UI, so I had to put in the description of the UI here. Instead of only upping the elemental chance, it now ups the elemental effect damage as well as the chance. And this one makes you feel like you're a claptrap. Also added a new description up there for funsies. Alright. A lot of people complained that there were no skill changes to Jack in the previous patch. That's not because I hate Jack or anything. In fact, Jack is my favorite character. The only reason I didn't buff anything on Jack is because he's pretty much perfect, to be honest. That said, just because there were many that complained that why didn't you do anything to Jack, are you hating Jack or so, I had to buff some things on him just for that alone. Keep the Jack players happy as well, I suppose. Alright, let's see a few of these changes, if not all. Bolster now goes to 20% from 15% for Jack. There's nothing in this row. Inspire, the last 4 rows actually are new. You now have 1 in 20 bullets will ricochet to a nearby target. This will synergize very well with absolute advantage and change shotting that. Let's see, nothing in this row. Right here, I upped this from 17% to 25%. It's damage reduction. The way damage reduction works, this won't be either big or small, it's just a minor thing actually. If anything, see it as just +1 rank of damage reduction. So nothing else here. Let's go integrity and collaborate, there's nothing new here. Diversify, additionally increases Digijack's damage by 15%. This was done because many players say that this skill actually lowers Jack's damage as it splits the shot into it actually makes the shot a shotgun blast, thus some of the shot might miss. By increasing it by 15%, I saw that the average damage is about the same as before taking it, and this will actually buff the badasses. and the special shots they use. So you can now take this without worrying about losing DPS from jacks. Nothing on teamwork. Actually, let me see if there's anything else in this tree. Right, winning. From 4% movement speed to 6%. This is to keep him in line with all the other characters. All of the other characters have 30% movement speed buff, either as a kill skill or any other way. I don't think there's something else in this tree. No, there shouldn't be. 30 points. Right, this from 15% to 20%. This is to help stack incentives and keep them. Incentives from 20 seconds to 12 seconds. No other buff on the fire rate or the maximum stacks. This is again to help you use that skill, because many told me that by the time they swap, they actually don't even do that. They prefer just to take the Blood of buff and don't bother swapping. Speaking of sponsored by, I am thinking of adding a burst count to dull. Seeing recoil reduction is actually pretty useless, and adding like 2 or 3 bullets burst, this might create some nice synergies with rocket launchers or shotguns. This will actually make something like dull shotguns if you use them with the Jacobs or something like that. I don't know. This might be fun. I'll try it. I don't know if I'll manage to put it for 2.0. There's that. Let's see. Nothing on compound interest. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to buff the timer on that and make it easier to stack. Same sad story with money's power. I tried really hard to lower the stacks to 500 or so. Fortunately, there are some barriers and I couldn't really achieve this. I even asked for help for other modders. Couldn't really make it work, so money's power is unchanged, unfortunately. Merger cooldown from 20 seconds to 12. Nothing on company man. Nothing on taxation of trade routes. I actually wanted to do something about that skill, but it's really limited as it only has one skill I can change on that. I wanted to add some reload speed. Actually, the half of the fire rate has reload speed as well. It's not really easy to add another stat to it. I can add it. It will be invisible on the card, but that's not the case. Yeah, I'm wearing a classroom. Nope. God damn it.
Which one of you will cause the most pain?
Let's just toss it for now. I remember to pick it up later, I think. Alright. So, free rocket, the ammo chance is not buffed, it's the same as it was. The rocket chance was 4%, now it's 6%, so you can actually use rocket with it now without having to worry. And this one is the last skill, buffed on jack, supply and demand. From 5% maximum health to 8% at 5, plus the ally bonus is now 50% from 20%. 20% was actually kind of laughable, and with 5% as the previous max, I was like 1% for, yeah, that's nothing. Now it's 4%, it can stack with their own skill, and you actually have a reason to pick the skill now instead from bolster, I believe it is that. No, that's not it. Well, there is a skill that gives you health whenever your jacks die, which combined with leadership to make you invisible, or so, whatever. That one? Yeah, that, no, that's not. Anyway. Tell me what you think about the dull thing here. Should I add 2 or 3 bullets burst to all weapons when you're using the dull effect? Since right now there's actually no reason to ever use the dull effect on that. The rest of them, I feel they're pretty fine. Hyperion could be better, but Still, it's 30% accuracy. It's not really terrible. It's fine. Alright, let's switch to the filter tool for the rest. As you can see, everything here, this, let me close that. This is patch 1.0 over here, everything 1.0 HUD, they are still here. And this is 2.0, everything new will be in here. So whatever you don't like let's say you don't like any of Jack's skills, just show Jack and it's out. You no longer use the Jack buffs. Or you maybe didn't like a certain skill like high frequency trading. There, now high frequency trading is out. Alright, let's move on. I believe most of you already know how to use the filter tool. If not, that'll be a video for another day, but I highly recommend you use the filter tool with the paths for either Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel. I believe Sado and his team right now are working to make the next patch iteration really work out with the filter tool. Anyway, let's move on. In the previous version we fixed Malwan cryo pistols to spawn, but in doing so we actually made the explosive Malwan pistols to also spawn by mistake. Now that's fixed. There are no longer explosive Malwan pistols. We don't have many gear boosts, but I mean there are not many weapons that need buffing that were not already buffed in the first patch. Look at that. That's a long list. And there are not that many weapons in that game, so... Alright. So, the Cerami, I have no idea how it's called. That's pretty much ported from the Borderlands 2 community patch. Nothing new here. Buff the critical, up the healing, remove the damage penalty. The Kerboom, I upped its fire rate. I think it's like 50% more. I don't know, 50 or 30%. I don't know. I don't remember actually. This was to make it in line with Hacker Blaster from Borderlands 2. The Freedom Kit. Right, let me actually show you that one. I have it in the stash over here. Quickly go. I should have had one on me. Oh well, you know, it is what it is. I think I took the long way around. Oh well, yeah. Right. So the Freedom Kit, as you can see, now features a run speed, which is variable by levels mostly. Which you can use it to run faster in the non-atmosphere areas. Basically to speed up longer running sections as well. It's pretty useful. You might want to give it a try instead of the Invigoration Kit now. Alright, let's move on. Nissa's Cowgirl comb. I actually have one on me right here. Let me show you. There it is. Instead of that ridiculous max ammo, now it has ammo regeneration, which was actually requested. Here I deliver. There you go. Let's go. Logan port now costs 1 shot per pull. I'll add the description here. Impaler is actually Flying Maiden. Flying Maiden is actually the Impaler. They changed the name. I ported the change from Borderlands 2 community patch, so the damage of the orb is higher, and that's pretty much it. I already dropped for Min Lighter in my previous video. I actually nerfed the damage from that version to the original damage, since the triple ammo it's still 300% damage up. There was no need for the damage increase as well. Fast travel to the subconscious, that was something that I forgot to do in the previous version. All glory to the master for Aurelia. The stacks were not actually capping where they should have capped. You kept getting more and more and more. Yeah, now it's fixed. Same for the Nissa's Magnificent 6 UI, it didn't display the correct, it's now fixed. The Moxtails, I already went in detail what they do. Let's go for the loot changes. The Superior Alpha, the one you fight just before Sentinel, now can drop the Baby Maker. The Kragon Phonic can now drop the Freedom Musket, which is the movement speed Musket. The 3 Darksiders from Triton Flats now have the unique loot, Storm from Pandemic Firebee and Logan's Cradle Magma. You can farm, as well as Oscar now has the Regenerator. The Moonscaper, a unique gun I forgot to add any location in the previous parts, now drops is rewarded from Boom Shakalaka. I fixed Arcade to actually drop his Invader and added the Sam as a homage to Bunker in Borderlands 2. Reverted Badass Kragons to only have the 4th season, because having 4 legendary drops from them were a bit too much, and since I moved all 3 of the new to the badasses here, the Triton Flat Darksiders, there is no longer a need for that. Same with Torque Dredgers, I removed the Rio Generator and the Logan's gun because Logan's on Wally Wrong and Rio Generator at Oscar, so Torque Dredgers now have the bonus packets and the Rolling Thunder. I removed the Cradle from Boomer, he was really hard to farm and he could drop his loot out of the map, so since Cradle now is on third income, it's fine. Iwajera still have the Avalanche, removed the Vara Marketeer and added that to Felicity because I removed the Sam from Felicity to give it to RK. Denial Subroutine, I'll talk about this in a bit later. So Chubbies actually had a 0.1% chance to spawn in this game, meaning out of 1,000 stalkers you'll see only 1 Chubby ever. They were pretty low, so I buffed their spawn rate. Now it's 10%. Thanks to From Dark Hell for that. And I actually added loot to them because, believe it or not, Chubbies exist, but they had nothing really great. They dropped some Moonstone and a blue gear or something. So I added something unique to them in homage to Borderlands 2 Chubbies as well. They now will always drop one of the Holodome class modes, and they'll have a 60% chance at the random legendary and or Holodome weapon. But that's removed from the quest. Oh yeah, let's talk about the quest changing. Right, so there were many quests in the patch 1.0 which had 2 unique rewards, meaning you had to choose between, let's say in this case, bad touch and good touch. This is removed in 2.0, and every unique gear is now uniquely set to a specific quest, meaning you will get all your uniques without having to choose from one or the other. So bad touch is removed from the Rough Love quest, is added to Voyage of Captain Chef. The Knot is removed from Zentrap, is added to Pop Racing. The Fiber, I believe, was in Nothing is Never an Option, is now, oh no, the Ladyfish was there. I can't really, oh yeah, from the basketball quest, I can't remember the name. Yeah, because the Fiber bounces, so I thought it was, whatever. Anyway, the Fiber now is to empty Billabong. Yeah, it's pretty early, but I needed a quest that had no reward, and that was what I found. Lady Fist is now to Nova No Problem, another early quest, but again I needed a quest which had 0 rewards, so that was it. Bullpup to Grinders, keep in mind the quest grinders, not the actual grinders. Rosie can now be obtained from the normal playthrough, as well as the head is now available to the other playthroughs, just in case you pick the Rosie up and you don't have the head and you want to get it. later on or something, you can now do that. Home Sweet Home was the quest that gave you the second STU for your backpack, your weapon storage. Since now it had no reward, I added a variety of, as they're called in Gibbed. One is called Two-Face and the other is called Duality, I believe. I can't remember, let me actually look at it a second. Duality and Two-Face, right. Those are the variety OS kits, Duality as they were in the vanilla. So now you have an option from those two. The Hold On Badass round now has a chance to drop the legendary class mode for the classes, because you only had one chance at the Hold On to ever get your legendary class mode, and that was on round 3. I believe that's a bit dumb. Why would you get infinite white purple class mods but never again the legendary one? I don't really get it. I think it's a bug, because even the pool names were named class mods all Holodome, so I believe I fixed that. Perdelites moved from Wherefore Art Thou to Last Requests, and also fixed Flame Knuckle to drop the new chem on the normal mode. The chance is 30%, which is his actual chance. That's not me buffing the chance or anything. So you'll have a pretty good chance at getting a new chem at level 3, which is great. I guess, in a way. Might make the early game extremely easy, but hey, that's it. You can't even buy rockets at that stage, so you're limited to what you get. Anyway, let's move on. We already talked about Jack. Let me see, just in case I forgot something. Oh yeah, I forgot Laser Surplus actually. Laser Surplus now has now have a 25% additional slam damage to it attached. I don't think I forgot anything else. Let me just check real fast. No, I seem to have yeah, I've said all about them. And that's a fix, because the Jack-o'-lantern, as you can see, costs only one shot, but in patch 1.0 for whatever reason the card said that it costs 2 shots. I fixed that. And Hyperion Punch now comes out at the exact time the animation ends, similar to what it used to we do before we changed the speed of the animation. And that's about it. That's about all the changes from 2.0. They're not really that many, because there are not really much to fix in the pre-sequel. There are still a few things to fix here and there, I know that, but keep in mind I kinda worked alone on this patch, while in the previous patch, as you can see here, we were like 5 or 6 people, and 5 and some help from others. Well, in this patch I was alone, and I got some code for 1 or 2 things from other people. So yeah, I couldn't really do much, and I have to focus on other stuff, so there's that. Anyway, thanks for watching. 2.0 will be up soon or so, and that will be all. See ya.